Going to be going over how to perform a rear leg axe kick in Taekwondo. Before attempting this kick, I do recommend you warm up and loosen to help prevent injury. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So whenever you're learning any new kick, be sure to start in a very clear fighting stance. I'm going to be kicking with my right leg, so I'm going to put that leg in the back. My guard's going to be up, and I want to position my hips and shoulders a little more forward to help me in this kick. All right, for an axe kick, I want to keep my leg completely straight whenever it's going up, and then also when it's coming back down. So it's called axe kick because it resembles the motion an axe takes for an overhead chop. So that's one way you can remember it, chopping down like an axe. So for this kick, my right leg's in the back. I'm going to push off that leg, keeping that leg straight, push off that foot, and swing my leg straight through. So practice just like this. Not super high yet. Just swing it up, straight in front of you. Your toes should be facing toward the ceiling. And the higher you raise that leg up, try to start pivoting on your standing foot about the ball of your foot and point your toes outward. That will allow you to have a higher axe kick. So you can keep your toes straight, just like that. That's a good stretch also. But if you want a higher axe kick, you can pivot that standing foot just a little bit as you start raising that leg higher and higher. Okay, so practice just this motion, which is very similar to a stretching kick or a high kick where it comes up and then comes back down, returning to your fighting stance. So axe kick is different from high kick in that we want to chop down in front of us. So after I swing my leg straight up, I want to chop down in front of me just like that. At the peak of your swing, you want to choose your foot position. So I can keep my foot completely flexed like this if I want to strike with the heel for the most damage, or I can also point my foot to strike with the entire bottom of my foot and the ball of foot for a little more range. And to help you when you're practicing on the air, when you slam it into the ground, you can hit a little harder if you point that foot and strike with the entire bottom of your foot instead of just the heel, which is going to be a little painful if you're just hitting the ground with just the heel like that. Okay? As you get more comfortable, try to swing that leg up with a little more speed, a little more intensity, giving it a lot of height. But when you're first starting out, it's okay to be right here. Practice it at a comfortable height. You don't want to damage your hamstrings because this is pretty high impact on your hamstrings. Up, down. Try your best to swing straight through, and straight back down on the down motion. All right? Starting in your fighting stance, I want to pull those hands in, up, down, and chop. And then return to my fighting stance. Straight up, straight down, chop just like that. As you get better at this kick, you can generate a little more power by using your hip a little more. So if I'm kicking with my right leg, I'll twist a little bit to the left over my left shoulder at the last second and stick out my same side kicking hip. So I'm kicking with my right leg. I want to stick out that hip, turn to the left a little bit, turn the opposite direction, and pivot on that standing foot a little bit just like this. So I'll go up, and then on the way down, I want to perform those different motions. So that pivot, sticking out the hip, and then turning over that shoulder. Up, down. And then be intense on the down motion. So up, and then really swing it down very fast. Up, down. Up, down. Next, let's go over a couple tips to make sure your axe kick is completely correct. So be sure to keep both legs as straight as you can. So we really focused on that kicking leg, making sure that one's straight, but try your best to keep the standing leg as straight as you can, all right? However, it's okay for it to slightly bend, just don't let it bend significantly like that, especially if you're a little less flexible in your hamstrings. That one's probably going to bend a little bit, which is all right, but try your best to keep both legs as straight as you can whenever you're performing this kick. Make sure your guard comes in whenever you're kicking, and make sure you choose a foot position. Don't just have a floppy foot whenever you're performing this kick. And then as you get better at this axe kick, straight up, straight down, try to use your hip a little more to help you generate a little more power on your axe. That'll give you a lot more power, and you'll be able to do a lot more damage with this kick. And then also just be intense. Be very fast on that down motion in the axe kick to make it as powerful as it can be. Up, down. That's what you need to think for this kick. After it goes up, straight back down, chop in front of you. That's what an axe kick is. It starts in the back. It can start in the front, but right now, start in the back, swing it up to help you build momentum, and then chop down in front. Also, be sure to pay attention to your posture. So very similar to that standing leg, letting that one bend. Be sure to not sacrifice your posture and hunch over just like that. So keep your posture upright as best you can when you're performing this kick. And that's how you perform an axe kick in Taekwondo. If you have any suggestions for what we should do a tutorial on next, be sure to leave it down in the comments below. This is Champions Taekwondo Academy. Thanks for watching.